and welcome to week 2 of season 2 of All In and my sub 220 attempt in the London Marathon, if it goes ahead. I was really happy with last week, 80 miles and a strength session, pretty solid. Let's try and build on that this week. I'm about to head out on a 4-mile easy loop. Just listening to Steve Jones's podcast. It's 2 hours long, so I've just been getting through it in increments. Another week of steady miles, no 5k blast this week, a fartlek and a tempo probably, but the main thing is the volume of steady and easy miles to really, I can't speak, to really put that foundation in on the aerobic base. That's the goal, and just a bit of faster work just to keep it ticking over. Maybe some strides, maybe not, we'll see. Anything else to report? Weight is down, lost a few pounds last week. Resting heart rate's the same-ish, but the weight is down to 161 pounds. Not really focused on weight, but it will just probably gradually come down as the volume of miles goes up. But I don't really mind training heavy and then getting a bit leaner for race day, which could be months and months away. So yeah, the main focus is that aerobic base, and yeah, let's get out on this easy run. Meant to be running for an hour, legs feel awful, nothing feels right. Just done 15 minutes and I've binned it. Maybe the increase in volume is starting to catch up with me. Come back tomorrow, go again. It just wasn't right, so yeah. Disappointing, but that's how it goes sometimes. Morning, so I'm off out on a tempo after yesterday's really poor run, aborted session on the treadmill. I'm going to start the tempo. My legs don't feel good. I'll probably back off and just make it a normal run. But I'm doing like a downhill route, trying to get some confidence. Not trying to go particularly quick, just want to do something a little bit faster as part of my base training. I will be working on my lactate threshold. Not today. Today's just a normal faster run, one of the faster runs of the week. The aim over the next few weeks is to try and build my volume up to where I want it to be for when I start marathon training. So I want to be 100 miles plus. I can't do 100 miles plus at the moment. So by building up to that volume and trying to hold it there for a bit before I start marathon training, then hopefully I'll be able to adjust quite well. But I still want to do some bits of faster work so my body knows what it's got itself in for, really. And so I don't move too far away from what I will be doing. So the plan is to do 6 miles at a 5:40 sort of effort, 5:30 maybe. With a downhill it might be a 5:30. It's more like just that sort of marathon feel effort. Maybe kick on towards the end if I feel that's going to help my confidence. But anyway, just warm up, 6 miles, warm down, and that'll be the run done. It's so cold, but I'm wearing a vest because I know I'm going to be really warm in a few minutes. Gonna wear the Vaporflies. 2 reasons. One, again, I just feel like I need a confidence boost, and they are the fastest trainers I've got. And the second reason is for that downhill bit, I think the cushioning in the Vaporfly is really going to help with recovery. I don't want my legs to get beaten up because it's another run later, then there's 2 runs tomorrow, etc, etc. This is big volume for me at the moment, 80 miles last week, hopefully 90 this week. Maybe not now that I've only did 2 miles yesterday, but we'll see. But I don't want to batter my legs. The whole point is to keep turning up, show the consistency and discipline in training, and I think Vaporflies are the right choice today. I did think about the New Balance TC, but I didn't absolutely love them last time I wore them, so I'll try them on a day where I don't need a confidence boost. Right, I better get out there and get this done. So, 2-mile warm-up done. I'm on the hill where it's all going to start. They have closed off the path and there's a red traffic light. So I might have to wait for that to turn green, smash it through that tiny bit of road before I get back on the path to roll in with a 6-mile tempo. Oh, it's turned green. Right, I'll do it next time.
It very much feels like ready, steady, go.
Oh, there we go, tempo done. Out of breath because I sprinted the last few hundred. Oh, that was good. The downhill really got my legs going. After yesterday I couldn't even hit 8-minute miling on the treadmill. And then the legs woke up a little bit on the downhill. Oh, and then I hit the flat and it was good. Until I just ate that fly. Yeah, it was good. Felt pretty comfortable during the tempo, except for the last half a mile maybe, where I tried to press on to get under 33. So it came 32:47 I think for the 10k. Got a mile cool down to do, but yeah, felt comfortable, but massively aided by the downhill bit. The pace was like very, very, very much slower on the flat, but I wasn't trying to push the pace. It was all by feel today. Heart rate was about 170 for most of it, and then crept up towards the end when I pushed on a little bit. So 170 for me is what I like finish a marathon on. No, actually. Marathon effort, I normally start at like 165, creeps up to about 170 during the middle, and then I finish the marathon a bit higher. So, I want to say marathon effort today, but it was a bit harder than that, but still under control. It wasn't a lactate threshold session. So yeah, really happy with that. I think that downhill's really helped for the confidence, exactly what I wanted it to do. Done the job. Wasn't too much downhill, so my legs shouldn't be too beaten up, quads and that. A lot of it was on the flat, but just that first couple of miles to get my legs going. Jog back a mile now, have some breakfast and another coffee, and it's a good start to Wednesday. So that's 30 minutes done on the treadmill. It's very difficult sometimes after a session, but yeah, happy with that. 30 minutes done, not sure how far, 6.7k. So I'll have to convert that to miles. What's that, about 4 miles? And Wednesday banked. Happy with that. Meant to do strength. Maybe do it after dinner, we'll see. If not, I'll do it tomorrow.
Let me just say, while I've got them on, how much I am loving the Asics Nova Blast. They are a bouncy, bouncy, bouncy shoe. Really, really bouncy foam. They're not a racing shoe because they're not that light, and because they haven't got a carbon fibre plate in it to propel you along. But they are a great daily trainer if you want cushioning, because it's got loads of that, but also a bouncy feeling. So I definitely recommend those. And yes, they're the stance socks. I'm wearing them odd because I am. But yeah, I absolutely love stance socks as well. So that's my kit review for the day.
Good morning, happy Thursday. Don't let the sunglasses fool you. It's cold, so I've got a full tracksuit on. I also do that to slow me down, because sometimes I run a bit steady. Today's just an easy hour, 2 loops of the 4-mile loop, and yeah, well, that's my first run, and then 30 minutes later. Promised to do strength today. Kelly's gonna make me do it. She's doing strength. Didn't do it last night, so strength is today. So 2 runs and a strength session, and we continue to build that base. Someone asked a question on my previous YouTube video about whether steadier runs are better for aerobic or easier runs. Well, steadier runs, as long as you're under your aerobic threshold, give you more of a benefit. But if your legs are tired and haven't properly recovered, then it's better to go easier. So I mix up steady and easy. I want to do steady, but I listen to my body. So if my legs and body aren't ready for it, I go easy. The more steady runs I get done, the quicker I'm gonna get fit. But I'm in no rush, so I'm happy to bang them out easy as well. With a marathon, one of the massive drawbacks is you run out of fuel. So one of the ways to address this is to be better at using fat as a fuel, and in order to do that you want to be training at a level where you're utilizing fat the most efficiently. So if you go over your aerobic threshold, you start to use more of the glycogen in your body and more of the sugars compared to fat. I should make a video and explain all this, shouldn't I? All them gains. So I did a strength session last night, and yeah, it was really fun. Bit of plyometrics, bit of strength, bit of weights. Didn't get my second run done though, so I'm way behind on the mileage. 2 really low mileage days. So a bit of catching up to do over the next 3 days. Going out to do about 10 miles now, just clipping along. Got the fuel cell TC on. Yeah, I'm gonna do 10-mile loop, quite steady, what I call up tempo, but I don't like using all these different terms because it confuses people, so maybe just steady is a better term. I don't know, heart rate in and around 160, which is my aerobic threshold, or it was when I got tested. I like to do my steady runs about 150, and then every now and again push it on a little bit more. So yeah, I want to get in the old coaching cabin and talk about what I'm doing in my base and why, so maybe I'll do that later. There you go, that's a good one. 10 miles, 6:16 per mile, 158 heart rate, undulating route. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Had some like old 90s rock in my ears, and just clipped along nicely. Quite enjoyed running in the fuel cell TC. They're a good clipping along type of trainer, although they're absolutely horrendous at taking corners. My turning circle in them is, well, there is no turning, I just can't get around. I couldn't get around a roundabout. But yeah, good run, and I want to do that more often, that sort of intensity, that clipping along, about 160, 10 miles. I think if I did a few of those, I'd get pretty fit pretty quick. Got another run later, and that's it. I need to make this more interesting. Oh yeah, I was going to go in the coaching cabin, coaching cave, I don't know what I'm calling it, my shed, and tell you about what I'm doing and why. So let's go. Another double. Morning, it's Saturday, it's park run day, but obviously there's no park runs. I'm off out to do a bit of a session, a bit bigger than I've been doing, nothing too strenuous though. Couple of miles warm up, then 5k at around threshold, which for me, when I had testing done, it was about 180 beats per minute heart rate, but I'm gonna go in and around 175 to 180. At about just a bit quicker than that half marathon effort. Then a couple of K to recover, and then I'm doing K on, K off for 10k. So 5 times K on, K off. I'm going to do the on Ks at my goal marathon pace, which is about 5:20 per mile, and I'm going to do the off Ks 40 seconds slower per mile, with 6 minutes per mile, to average at 5:40 for that 10k. See how that feels. That's the session, so it's 9 miles of effort in total, with some miles either side, and in the middle, warm up, recovery, and cool down. Yeah, so a bit of a bigger volume session today, but nothing all out. It's all pretty much tempo work, using tempo as the vague description of anything fast, but not intervals, and not easy or steady. So yeah, looking forward to it. It's really wet and rainy, so I've got a very colourful outfit on so that the cars can see me. This is my colourful hat. I've got a bright yellow vest on underneath here, blue shorts, and the Vaporflies. Do I have anything else to say? So I'll do a couple of miles warm up, back to the house, drop off the jacket, carry on up the road and do the first bit, which is the 5k. First couple of miles of that are net downhill to get the legs going, so I'm going to be going quite quick then to get the threshold effort, since it's going to be downhill, and then onto the flat for the K on, K off. Looking forward to it. It should be good. Not taking anything out with me to film. I'm going to have some music in my ears because it makes it a bit easier. I'll see you in a bit.
There's Matt, back from his run. He wanted to be safe, be seen. Kira described him as a highlighter. Now he's talking to himself.
I'm done. So I did the 5k threshold. I think I did it about the right intensity, but the first few miles were so fast because they were downhill that it kind of, I don't know, got on my head a little bit. But anyway, I finished it. Felt alright. No, that's a lie, I felt awful. No, it's difficult to say. I think my head was playing tricks on me because of those first couple of miles. I felt okay, but my head was telling me that I'd just done some very fast miles. It was like a 5:40 and a 5:38 or something. So my head was telling me that I should be cooked. Anyway, I not paused my watch, I saved the activity and was pretty convinced I was just going to jog home. But what I decided to do was jog to the end of the road, and if I felt rubbish then, just jog home from there. And then when I got there, I decided, okay, what I'll actually do is I'll try 1k effort at 320 per k, 520 per mile, and if I'm not feeling it, I'll jog home then. I did that first effort and it felt so comfortable, like really surprisingly comfortable. And then I did the whole session, the 10k, 5k on off, and it felt really good. Felt really in control, which was really nice. So yeah, I got the whole session done and I'm actually really happy. It rained the whole time. I had some absolutely cracking tunes. Someone sent me a Spotify playlist just for this run, and it was all like old school tunes that used to have like, I want to say at a disco, but on Lights Out. So yeah, all the tunes that I had in uni and growing up and stuff. So yeah, some good songs. So yeah, great music, great run, really happy with the session, really happy with how comfortable the second half of that session went. Nice to pick off some really fast miles, downhill, yeah, so all good. Now it's time to get warm because I've been out running in the rain for too long in a singlet. But all in all, a good run, a good session banked, and no park run, but something fun anyway. Morning, it's Sunday and I'm out on the trails for a Sunday long run. 2 hours on the trails. And it is lovely weather. Forgot my headphones there, so no music or I was actually going to listen to a podcast, but never mind. Instead I've just got nature and lonely trails. Perfect. And there we go, 16 miles on the trails done. Such a hilly route. And after yesterday, my legs felt pretty horrendous. I'm not used to the hills anymore, especially not used to hills and a long run, and I'm definitely not after a hard session. But happy to get it done. Decent week. What's that, 76 miles. If I think it's gonna help, I'll go out for 30 to 40 minutes. Really, really nice and slow, 8 to 9 minute miling later for recovery. No pressure on that run. This I may do it, may not, haven't decided. But really happy with the week, happy with the sessions, happy with the mileage, and it's another step in the right direction.
We can start a new series, interview on a treadmill.
Well, right now, my left lace is completely undone, which is annoying me, but I haven't got far to go. I put the 4%ers on because I couldn't be bothered to run, so I wanted a fun trainer, even though it's a recovery run. And but I'm glad I'm out here doing it. And it's also difficult to talk while I've got Stephen Scullion in my ear.
Oh, but you're multitasking like a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. 80 mile a week though.
80 mile a week. Only actually 1,200 metres to go.
Boom.
Less than a mile.
Then can we have some dinner?
Then we can have some dinner.
Good.
All that cheese! So, I got myself a recovery run done. Only 23 minutes. But I enjoyed it. My legs feel actually a bit better for doing it. They felt a bit seized up working in the house, but that run has got the blood pumping around my body and I feel good. And that's 80 mile a week, which was the same as last week. So I wanted to build it this week, but I had 2 days where I had a 2 mile day and a 4 mile day, which I'm glad I did because my legs just weren't responding the way I wanted them to. So they were basically rest days. Just a bit of running to get the blood pumping around the legs and to see if I could run, which I couldn't. So yeah, they were basically rest days. So to still get 80 miles in means I've had a really good Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And hopefully I can build now to 85, 90 miles next week. If I have to lose a bit more intensity to do that, I will, because that is something I do want to focus on, is getting my volume up. I do want to get sessions in, but volume is massively key at the moment for my aerobic condition. So I will try and build it next week, but I will always listen to my body. So if I need a short run or a rest day or whatever I need, I will do that. But despite that, the goal is 85 to 90 miles. But 2 80 mile weeks back to back, it's not a bad 2 weeks. And it's a good ending to episode 2, season 2, all in 2020, sub 220, it's all 2s basically. What else? Subscribe, follow, like, comment on what you want to see. Do you want to see what I'm eating? Do you want to see the strength session? I haven't even mentioned the strength session. I did a strength session in the garden with Kelly. Got the weights out, did some plyo. So yeah, what do you want to see? If you want to see anything, let me know in the comments and I'll try and get that included. Because I'm pretty sure you don't just want me saying, oh, I just did 30 minutes easy. Oh, I just did an hour steady. So let me know what you do want to see. Bearing in mind, I can't do that much filming outside because I'm trying to keep the outside stuff to a minimum because, you know, we are meant to be in lockdown. I don't want to take the mick. But if there is something you do want to see, I'm repeating myself. Just get down in the comments is what I'm saying. Goodbye.